Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to create digital interactive notebooks that update on the student's end automatically when you add content on your end. So the first thing we're going to do is create our teacher version of this interactive notebook. So I currently have activities here that I want to teach with my class. But I have only added content up through slide 6. Maybe I'm not ready to create that content because I'm going to judge by student readiness, or maybe I have already created all the activities, but they're waiting in another slide deck that I'm using like an activity bank because I don't want to give students this information yet because I don't want them to work ahead or for whatever reason. The important thing here, though, is that I still have lots and lots of blank slides. In this case, all the way down to slide 50. You likely would not create an interactive notebook that big because the file would become so huge it would take students forever to open. But the point is, you need to have room for your interactive notebook to grow. There has to be a place for me to add content that's going to update on the student end. So too many blank slides is much better than not enough and running out of room, because then you'd need to use an add-on like slip and slide or something. So the first thing I'm going to do is select my title slide, only this slide. I'm going to come up here to File, make a copy, and I'm going to select Selected Slides because I only want to copy the title slide right now. I'm going to rename this file Student Interactive Notebook. The reason I want to make the copy like this is so that my student version mirrors my teacher version in formatting. It's already set to 8.5 by 11, portrait versus landscape. I don't want to waste time doing that again. So now I have a student version of this interactive notebook that only contains the title slide. I'm going to come back to my teacher version. I'm going to select slide number 2 all the way to the end. So I'm going to hold Shift and select that last slide. So I've selected everything from 2 to the very end. I'm going to right click here and select Copy. And I'm going to come back to my student version. And this is an important step. It's taking a while to load things today. I want to paste in all the slides I just copied from my teacher version into my student version underneath this title slide. So I'm going to use another right click and I'm just going to click paste. When I do that, I'm going to get this important pop-up. Very, very important that you select link to original presentation. This is what's going to maintain that connection between my teacher version and my student version. Now, all of the slides on my student version will say linked slide up here. That's how you know you did it right. This student version is the one you're going to push out to your students through Google Classroom. Tell Google Classroom to make a copy for each student. Before I do that, I want to stress something very important here in my teacher version of this document. I need to change the sharing permissions. So I'm going to click my share button up here. And I'm going to change this, make sure it says anyone with the link can view. If it is set to restricted, when you add content on your end, your students will see nothing happen on their end. So make sure on your teacher version, you are set to anyone with the link can view. So I've pushed out my student version on Google Classroom. Each student has their own version and they've been happily working along. Now I'm ready to add content in my teacher version on slide 7. So I'm going to either create content or go to my activity bank. And I'm going to add content. So now I've got a new activity on slide 7 in my teacher version. The student version on slide 7, theirs is still blank, but now they have an update that's appeared. So this is what indicates to the student that the teacher has added content and they need to click this button and it will make their student slide match my teacher slide. Again, I am ready. Their slide 8 is blank. As a teacher, I'm ready to create some more content. Going to copy an activity, add it on my teacher version. Their student version now has an update button. So any of their slides where they don't see that, it just says linked, they know there's nothing new. But when they see that update appear, or you can let them know, hey guys, click your update button, and then their slide deck automatically will mirror yours. It's really important to teach them to manage these buttons. They can minimize this. They can click their 3 dots. And they can unlink their slides. So it's very important to teach them how to use this button. There may be times when they want to unlink it if they've got work in here and they don't want to accidentally click update, because if they do, it will mirror yours and all of their work will be gone. So they may want to unlink at some point, but it's not very common. That really won't often be the case. So we want to teach them not to unlink their slide. If they accidentally unlink their slide, there's no way to relink it. You have to actually go into their slide deck and paste in the new version. So we want to teach them to be really careful about that. But that is how you create that. The important steps are making sure you click that link to original presentation and make sure that your teacher interactive notebook settings, the sharing permissions are set to anyone with the link can view. So I hope that is useful to you. If you have any questions about that process, definitely feel free to reach out.